What is currently happening, programs? Welcome to the Grid VR, where I'll be bringing you this week's news in virtual reality. It's Sunday the 25th of November 2018, and all I can say this week is VR stories tell tall tales. We've got spheres spinning ears from beyond the black hole, where thoughts go reflecting what you know. Crow the Legend takes you to the edge of it all, Age of Sail, Echo Combat, the Limit VR short, and much more. Today I'm going to cover off the main events to keep you in the loop. So stay locked, enjoy, and welcome to the Grid VR. Before I kick off this week, I just wanted to give you a heads up that over the last 2 years, I've spent over 600 hours putting together the most complete Twitch streaming video tutorial series on the internet. It's 10 videos totaling 3.5 hours and covers everything you need to know about streaming to Twitch from a PS4, Xbox One, or gaming PC. It'll be free for all patrons up until next week, $80 on Udemy, or $20 if you check the discount code in the description of this video. And the first 3 videos that cover hardware setup in its entirety will go up here on this YouTube channel for free next week. Don't freak out when you see them. I started these before I owned a VR headset, and they are likely to be the last non-VR videos on this channel. If you know anyone with a PS4, Xbox, or gaming PC looking to record or stream, then I'd really appreciate if you help share it around. Now, let's get back to the virus. I'm just going to go right out and say it. Spheres is the best VR experience I've ever tried in terms of being totally disconnected from reality and absorbed into VR completely. Written and directed by Eliza McNitt and produced by Darren Aronofsky and Ari Handel, this 3-part VR space vacuum will suck you out into the cosmos and show you sounds in a way that grabs hold, looks into your eyes, and broadens your horizon beyond the borders of Earth. The 3 chapters, Chorus of the Cosmos, Songs of Space-Time, and Pale Blue Dot, are inspired by this image of the same name taken by the Voyager 1 space probe in 1990. And what you're actually seeing here when we zoom right in is, god damn it. Well, if we zoomed out from there a little, what you're seeing is a picture of the Earth from about 3.7 billion miles or 6 billion kilometers away. During spheres, you'll get to overlook auroras from the atmosphere and bend the electromagnetic spectrum with your own hands. Jumpstart a solar system, be a star as it gets sucked into a black hole, be a black hole, and then beat a black hole with another black hole. Spheres was so good, I don't think I'm too harsh in saying that it takes a massive shit on any planetarium I've ever been to, and I was completely lost for words that weren't wow or fuck. Presented by City Lights, who bought the rights to the series earlier in the year in a massive 7-figure deal, which you can see more about in this episode of the Grid VR. If you liked Cosmos, a space-time odyssey, then this is your jam already. There's a link in the description to the experience on the Oculus store. It's $10, though no Vive support I can find as yet, but if you're a Vive owner and get it working with Revive, then be sure to let us all know in the comments below. The Limit VR is an immersive cinema experience from director Robert Rodriguez, who you likely know from the El Mariachi trilogy, From Dusk Till Dawn, Planet Terror, and Spy Kids. It features Rodriguez's sister Michelle Rodriguez of Rodriguez and Rodriguez, Rebel Rodriguez on Music Rodriguez, and Norman Rodriguez-Reedus from the hit TV Rodriguez The Walking Rodriguez. It's a 20-minute Rodriguez in a virtual cinema and has both 3D and 2D Rodriguez seated experience. $5 on a half-price sale, right, Rodriguez? And despite Rodriguez, if you love motion sickness, then this is for you, as the camera work does not translate well to VR. And though the story is pretty tacky, in some parts it's done in a really fun way. And at the end of the day, you pay $5 to be Norman Rodriguez. Radriguez. The Limit VR is available for any VR headset you can Rodriguez, and I've put links in the description below to all of that. Rodriguez. In a not so surprising move, Oculus VR LLC, as it originally stood, is no more and has been absorbed into Facebook Technologies LLC. And what this means is fuck all. Well, no less fuck all than what we already knew. for now, though it does line up with the departure of Brendan Iribe, which you can see more about in this episode of the Grid VR. The change happened in September, and it could be a bad thing as Facebook's data claws work deeper into Oculus, or a good thing as Zuck integrating Oculus more tightly into Facebook's core structure potentially denotes a promotion of sorts. Plus, there's the fact that next year, Facebook's expenditures will total $18 to $20 billion, a 40 to 50% increase on this year, so a more prominent position for Oculus in that corporate climate could be a good sign. I honestly have no idea, and I'm sure you'll have an opinion, so when you're sick of hearing mine, I'll see you in the comments below. And briefly, in a world where how many guns does it have and what type of zombies are there is seemingly mandatory, where thoughts go is a VR experience that aims to turn you inwards on yourself through the experience of others. There's not a lot to it, but it does have the potential to be quite profound on those willing to explore their inner ambition and more emotional past experiences. Where Thoughts Go is a unique social experience with anonymity at its core and likely has something in it that will connect with most people. For $10, I thought it was a little on the expensive side, but it is worth checking out if you want to see what impact VR can have on the human condition through almost immediate retrospectives. Baobab Studios, the team that brought us Invasion and Asteroids, croon their way into your virtual soul with Crow the Legend, a story of a crew of wildlife faced with an endless cold who send a hapless crow on a massive mission to transcend the stars and meet the creator of everything. Actually, yeah, they did that. With a celebrity cast including John Legend, Oprah Winfrey, Ty Sheridan of Ready Player One fame, Diego Luna from Rogue One, and YouTuber Liza Koshy, this is a standout experience for sure. Part of the official selection of the Cannes and Venice International Film Festivals, Crow the Legend stands alone as a free soaring VR experience, and I've put a link in the description to the Oculus store where you can see this one yourself for free. From the official selection at Venice Film Festival, Age of Sail is another stand-up Google Spotlight story, this time from Academy Award winner John Cars. This 12-minute tale of an unintentional stowaway who helps an old sailor see the horizon ahead while aboard a boat bound for the ocean depths. The artistic style surprisingly helps all but remove any motion sickness despite being on the open water, and its charm makes this one, in my eyes, a must-see. Age of Sail is free on Steam, Viveport, the iOS and Android stores now, and I've put links in the description to all of those, plus a link to another free Google Spotlight story called Back to the Moon, which I featured earlier in the year on this episode of the Grid VR. Go for launch, Mercury is a one-man labour of love from Joe Chisholm, who started this project 3 years ago with no game design knowledge, resulting in the recreation of the experiences of the Mercury 7, a group of astronauts that piloted the manned space flights of the Mercury program from 1961 to 63. This early access title is for both flat and VR gamers alike, has full Rift and Vive support, and if you want a really cool, realistic, homemade sim of what it was to be a pilot breaching the atmosphere way back when, then I've put the Steam store link in the description, which includes an option to play the free demo, or the early access release is $17. Also, the Alien Isolation Mother VR mod, which you can see in this video here, has been updated and now includes motion controller support for those of you who can't wait until you're 90 years old and just have to uncontrollably shit your pants right now. Echo Combat, the competitive zero-G float fest where Brutal Deluxe meets Ender's Game and Laser Pistols, has landed on Rift last week for $10 as part of Echo VR, which also houses the free Echo Arena game. I covered Echo Combat in more detail on this episode of the Grid VR, and if you like competitive gameplay, own a Rift, or don't mind using Revive, and you haven't played this, then you should definitely play it. An inventor named Samuel Owen has developed a prototype motion sickness inhibitor called Ototech. Worn on a headband behind the ear, it uses subtle vibrations to trick 2 of the 4 fibers that are connected to your brain and tell it that your body is moving, when in fact it is not. No public release as yet, but if I could get my hands on a headband headband that would legitimize me wearing a headband through an actual VR application, then I'm down. And the Beat Saber 100k contest, which celebrates the Discord group hitting 100,000 members, is set to wrap up this weekend. The competition gives players on all levels a chance to score a golden ticket and win things like Vive Pro kits, gift cards, Beat Saber apparel, and VR cover gear, just by getting their name on the board in regular and custom maps. And if you want to find out more about that one or anything else I've covered on the show today, then as always, all the links are in the description. And finally, Google have filed a patent for VR shoes that let you walk in place while you VR, and you can see them in action here. Here, and here. And that's this week on The Grid VR. You can help support this channel by grabbing exclusive rewards on Patreon, and if you like this video, then crush that like button, have your say in the comments below, and hit the EXO logo to subscribe if you wanna. I'll see you in the next one. Peace!